Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are going to talk about organizational structure and design for logistics. Also, we are going to look at managerial issues in logistics. After this chapter, you should be able to explain organizational structure for logistics. And also, you should be able to compare traditional and contemporary organizational design for logistics. In addition, you should be able to identify productivity issues, improvement efforts in logistics. Also, you can discuss quality issues in logistics. In addition to quality issues, you should talk about some risks regarding logistic management. You need to understand the social responsibility for logistic management. Finally, you need to understand some issues associated with reverse logistics. We're going to start with two key organizational logistic topics: organizational structure and organizational design. For organizational structure, you need to understand two basic structures, including fragmented logistic structure. Logistic activities are managed in multiple departments throughout the organization. Unified logistic structure. Multi-logistic activities are combined and managed as a single department. Two basic structures for logistic department include centralized logistic organizations. Basically, this is the single logistic department that managing all the related activities for the entire organization. Next one is decentralized logistics organization. Each office in different geographic region, they have their own logistic related uh, divisions or product group. They make their own decisions. For organizational structure for logistics, you also need to understand the job title or corporate rank. Leading edge organizations tend to head a logistic department by senior level personnel. Basically, here the senior management at the C level. Three primary types of organizational design include hierarchical, from top to down, the flow, and the matrix, cross-functional responsibility, a network focused on a process philosophy, with emphasis on the combining the tasks into the value creation products or activities. Network organization design is reflected in terms of relevancy. Relevancy refers to satisfying current and emerging customer need, facilitated by developing mutually beneficial relationships with key customers. At a minimum, these relationships should provide an understanding of customer needs and wants. So here, when we try to develop network organizational structure, we should understand the customer need and want. So this is about the marketing. So marketing management is the input to the network design for organizations. Also, we should look at responsiveness. Responsiveness refers to the degree to which an organization can accommodate unique or unplanned customer requests. Responsiveness can be achieved when the appropriate decision makers are provided with both relevant information and the authority to address unique or unplanned requests. Basically, we want to use responsiveness to quickly respond to the changes. And also, we need the organization to be flexible to handle some of the changes. Uh, From other perspective, also we can understand responsiveness. For example, when we talk about logistics, we want to achieve a timely delivery. Responsiveness is also about the timely delivery as well. Flexibility is an organization's ability to address expected organizational problems or operational situations. So when we talk about logistic management, we need to develop flexibility. Basically, we want to achieve the flexible activities and then we can handle expected changes in organization. And also here we should understand we use the flexibility to avoid early commitment to irreversible cross reaction. Next part, we want to talk about the managerial issues in logistics. We're going to talk about the following issues: productivity, quality, risk, sustainability, and complexity. Let's look at the productivity. Productivity can be defined as the amount of output divided by the amount of input. This is the basic definition. Actually, the productivity is regarding how to effectively use the resources. This is the overall definition regarding effective use of resources. Productivity provides insight into efficiency with which corporate resources can be utilized. But there is the basic difference between the productivity and the efficiency. Efficiency refers to a fixed set of resources, but the productivity refers to overall use of resources. There are three ways to improve productivity, including reducing the amount of input while holding output constant, increasing the amount of output while holding input constant, increasing output while decreasing input. Because this is very easy to see from the formula of productivity. Because productivity equals output divided by input. So you can reduce the input and then you can increase output, or you can do the both. There are multiple forms of productivity calculations. For example, like labor productivity, also we call the partial productivity. In addition to the single factor productivity, I just mentioned the partial productivity, also there are multi-factor productivity calculations and the total productivity calculations. Labor productivity is very the typical the the factor that we need to consider in logistic management. For example, warehousing and transportation are heavily dependent on human labor. Human labor is an input. Productivity improvement efforts in logistics are often directed toward increasing the amount of output while holding input constant. For example, they may outsource logistic operations to third party by tapping into a low labor cost. We also needed to look at asset productivity. Regarding assets productivity, there are some concerns, including space utilization. In the operation management, this is about the capacity planning. So we want to avoid the different situations. Basically, there are two situations. One is regarding excess capacity. This is overcapacity and also the undercapacity. For example, we may have the kind of situation where the product may be out of stock. So, but also here we talk about excess capacity, the overcapacity. We want to find the good capacity and to make the good capacity decisions. But how to avoid excess capacity? So here we need to use different strategies to make the better decision regarding the capacity. Also, we should know excess capacity also can affect the productivity. That's why we needed to look at the different perspectives regarding capacity decisions regarding logistics management. We want to find the right capacity. In addition, concerns include improving the output from existing assets. We can increase the output, but we can keep the input constant. Next factor is the quality. So we need to consider the quality issues in logistics. Logistics service quality relates to the firm's ability to deliver product, material, and services without defects or errors to the both internal and external customers. Quality in logistics involves trade-offs. If inferior logistics service quality, customers may perceive lower value. If superior logistics service quality is expected or required, organization may be adding unnecessary cost. So this is why we need to find the trade-off decisions. This is very typical in the operation management. We are facing the cost issues and the quality issues. We want to find a trade-off between the cost and the quality. So this is very common in logistic management as well. Therefore, organizations must try to match the quality levels of the logistic services they provide with the expectations of their customers and the landscape in which they operate. Vendors are expected to have the quality programs. Vendors can demonstrate commitment to the quality to potential buyers through achieving and maintaining the quality program certification. This is about the vendor management. We needed to monitor vendor's performance. For example, this is about the logistics. We need to look at delivery performance. We need to look at delivery quality as well. So quality management in logistics is very important, especially for vendor relationship management. In the following, I'd like to introduce some quality program certification. The first one is ISO, International Standards Organization. This is the ISO 9000 certification, is an example of a quality program certification. ISO 9000 is a set of generic standards used to document, implement, and demonstrate quality management and assurance systems. ISO 9000 is applicable to both manufacturing and service firms. Standards are intended to help companies build quality into every core process in each department. ISO 9000 also includes some other aspects. The firms demonstrating commitment to quality through training, reviews, and continuous improvement achieved the initial ISO 9000 certification. Once certification is obtained, audits are conducted annually, and organizations can be recertified every 3 years. Certification is credited with an increase in the customer service, improved order accuracy, enabling enhanced cost analysis. Besides, there's a very successful method called Six Sigma. This is from a normal distribution from statistics. Also, we call this statistical quality control. Six Sigma is a quality focused methodology that emphasizes the virtual elimination of business errors. Area covered under a normal curve is by 6 standard deviation is 99.7%. Approach suggests that there will be 3.4 defects, deficiencies, or errors per 1 million opportunities. Six Sigma can be applied to various logistic activities such as order packing. Also, I want to let you know Six Sigma the method can be applied to the manufacturing as well for quality control purposes. Six Sigma method has some benefit and also has some drawbacks. Let's look at the benefit first. The benefits include reduce the costs, reduce the error and waste, and reduce the cycle time. Drawbacks include overcoming business cultural barriers, investing required resources, including both human and money, gaining the top management commitment. In the previous chapter, we discussed the lean operations. When needed, we deliver. When needed, we produce. So we want to integrate the Six Sigma with the lean operations that creates Lean Six Sigma. Lean Six Sigma is a quality-focused methodology that integrates Six Sigma with the linear operation approach. Lean Six Sigma integrates the goals and methods of these two approaches in the pursuit of quality. Lean Six Sigma is unique because it recognizes that organizations cannot focus only on quality or speed. Lean Six Sigma emphasizes an organizational focus on improving quality as it relates to responsiveness. In addition, there's a word regarding logistics quality management. Malcolm the Baldrige National Quality Award. This award recognizes organizations for their achievement in quality and performance. It was established in the late 1980s. Uh, this award is used to restrict to the firms headquartered in the United States. Eligibility initially limited to manufacturers, services, and small businesses. Eligibility is expanded to include healthcare and educational institutions. In this part, we're going to look at another managerial issue, risk. Risk can be viewed as susceptibility to disruptions that could lead to a loss for a firm. Risk could take a variety of forms as it relates to logistic management activities. Regularly occurring risks, for example, variability in demand or potential for a damaged shipment. Catastrophic risks, for example, earthquakes or terrorist attacks. There's a model called the Logistics Uncertainty Pyramid Model. This model was established to identify sources of uncertainty that can affect the risk exposure for logistic activities. This model identified several types of uncertainty, including shipper, customer, carrier, control systems, and external participants. Here, just you know, the terrorism also is an example of catastrophic risks. So this is why we needed to look at the terrorist attack as well. We needed to consider different locations when we try to make a plan for logistic activities. Also, we needed to some agency, for example, here Department of Homeland Security. This is the it is the federal agency. Its goals are to prevent terrorist attacks in the U.S. and to reduce the vulnerability to U.S. terrorism.